what did we do previously? So we went through the alphabet, right? Tried to put some sounds right, some sounds correct. We talked a little bit about it and we kind of read. Modi გავაკეთოთ ასე. Let us do it this way. Modi გავაკეთოთ ასე. Let's do it this way. Let me give you the alphabet again. Little bit different layout. Let us try it here. I am reading. I'm going through the alphabet again with some words of the same sound, and you try to repeat after me with your microphones muted. Then we will try to produce our names in Georgian because it is different. Let us start. The first, as I told you, and very important thing about Georgian alphabet is that one symbol, the letter represents the sound as well. This is how we teach to children. So I in Georgian, it is not simply letter, aso, but it is also aso bgera. So letter sounds. This is how we teach initially from the beginning. So aso bgera a, as in Anna, the woman's name. B, as in burti, which is a ball. G, gogo, girl. D, deda, mother. E, erti, one. V, vardi, which is a rose. Z, zebra, zebra. T, titi, finger. I, ia, this is flower, violet. K, kargi, good. L, lomi, lion. M, mama, father, strangely enough. Okay. N, Nino, woman's name. O, Ori, two. Iri, mouse. J, Jolo, which is a berry, kind of a berry, raspberry. R, Ra, what? Question word. S, Sia, a list. T, Tita, tulip. U, Uto, iron. Okay. P, Piso, kitten. K, Kali, Kali as in woman. R, Rame, night. K, Uri, ear. Sh, Shavi, this is black color. Ch, Chiri, dried fruit. Ch, Chiri, very popular sweets in Georgia, dried fruit. S, Tsa, which is the sky. Z, Zma, brother. Z, Tsqali, water. Ch, Cha, Cha is a well, water well, still very popular in Georgia, used a lot in the villages. Ch, Cha, okay, water well. H, Heli, which is a hand. J, Jvari, this is, Jvari is a cross, as I told you, this letter itself as a symbol stands for the cross. And H, Haeri, which is air. What I'm doing now, I am writing the name of one of the participants, and you guys are supposed to guess whose name I am writing. So the first is written here, Ekaterine. Then comes Daviti as an example. Here we go. I hope I put it right in Georgian because it is a challenge for me as well to figure out correct pronunciation of your name, but we will be correcting if anything.
Is it Davidi or?
Daviti. Yeah, one more thing, let me remind you, if the stem of the word ends in the consonant, we add nominative marker. If the stem of the word ends in a vowel, there is no need of a nominative marker, it takes 0 marker. In case of Daviti, E is a nominative marker. In case of Ekaterine, it has no marker because it ends in the vowel. Whose name have I written now? Okay.
Is it Kate?
Sorry, yeah, Katie, which in Georgian sounds like Katie. Okay, am I right? Kate Deans. Is it your name? Okay,
I can't see it yet, so.
Okay, thank you. So, Shendegi, I'm writing the name of Disi Sachelia. Whose name is it? Sacheli. This is the name. Disi Sacheli. Let us see. Okay. Okay. You know, have you got the alphabet from the previous lesson somewhere handy so that you can be checking? So, Mr. Tomek, would you like to say your name in Georgian?
I'm decoding it, yeah.
Okay, okay. Tomeki. Or
Tomeki.
Tomeki, maybe. Okay, how do you say it in your language? Tomeki or Tomeki?
We say Tomek.
Tomek.
The
In
accent
Georgian,
is-
Tomek. In Georgian, it might be Tomeki or Tomeki as well. Okay. Გავაგრძელოთ. შემდეგი. გავაგრძელოთ. Let's carry on. შემდეგი. აბა. So, this is Sachelia. Whose name is it? This is Sachelia. Ronnie, sorry. Good job. Then Ariane participants. Okay. Some other participants. Here okay, here it is. Okay, other participants are going to tell me their names and I'm going to write in Georgian. Edmundo, say your name in Georgian.
Well, let's see, Edmundo.
Sorry, Edmundo. Little bit different accent. Edmundo, sorry. This is your name. Edmundo. Okay, anyone else? Კიდევ სხვა ვინ?
Chanel.
Okay. Chanel, გასაგებია. ძალიან კარგი. Chaneli. Okay. Okay. ჩვენ გვყავს here we have Steveni. Okay. Steveni. Okay. Okay. აქ გვყავს Jenini. Aniko. Ivy. Okay, so, and here we have Rose. In case of Rose, look at it, the name is Rose. It ends in a consonant. That's why we get here Rosie. Okay, Rosie. This E is nominative marker Rosie. Okay, I searched else. Let me see. We have here Katie, Tomeki, Ronnie, Edmundo, Chaneli, Steveni, Jenini, Aniko, Ivy, Rosie. Okay. What we did yesterday was also the verb to be, a little bit of conjugation.
Ekaterine, quick question. You don't use uppercase when writing names, or is it uppercase or lowercase?
There is no such thing as uppercase and lowercase. So in terms of the capital, if you mean capital letters, there is no such thing as uppercase and lowercase in Georgia.
Thank you.
Sometimes for the religious text or for the printing, they have to use in terms of aesthetics. And in the 19th century, there was some kind of shift composed for that. But in normal writing in books, we don't use it. So yeah, this is just Georgian thing. So the verb to be, conjugation. Me var, I am. Me var Ekaterine. Shen har, you are. Shen har studenti, you are a student. Again, Shen har here means you are in singular. So it is not plural, it is not polite. It is a friendly, informal form and singular. Shen har. Is aris, he, she, it is. So, okay.
Can I just ask you something,
Of course.
Ekaterina, please?
So,
do you write right to left or left to right?
we write from left to right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So, me var, I am, shen har, is aris, he is, she is, it is. The same gender. Chven vart, we are. Tkven hart, it is either you are in the plural or the polite form of saying so. For example, you are students, tkven hart studentevi, or you are professor, tkven hart, polite form, professori. And isini arian, they are. Okay, now let us try to do a little bit of professions and then try to build up this small, not conversation, but introductory line. So let us talk about our professions. Me var Ekaterine, me var masavlebeli. I'm Ekaterine, I am the teacher. Okay, David, what about you?
Me var Daviti, me var targmneli.
Mtargmneli. Me var Daviti, me var mtargmneli. So what I would say is that is aris Daviti, is aris mtargmneli. Okay, is aris Daviti. Here we have is aris mtargmneli. Next is for Mr. Tomek. Let us add some extra.
Me var Tomeki, me var Ekimi.
Ძალიან კარგი. ის არის თომეკი, ის არის ექიმი, is a doctor. გავაგზავნოთ Kate. So.
Takes a long time, sorry.
Okay.
Me var Katie, me var studenti.
Studenti გაკვეთილზე Kate არის სტუდენტი. Kate is a student in the lesson. შემდეგი Steven. Steveni.
Me var statistiki.
Me var statistiki. Კი ბატონო. Me var Steveni, me var statistiki. გავაგრძელოთ. Here is for Chanel.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Me var Chaneli, me var studenti.
Studenti. ძალიან კარგი.
Studenti.
Richard. Richardi.
Me var Richardi, me var Ekimi.
Okay, ძალიან კარგი. Daniel. Danieli.
Me var engineer.
Ingineri. Let me write it. Ingineri. Very often this English J and in giraffe. In Georgia it becomes J. Okay, this is J sound and J letter. Ingineri. ძალიან კარგი. So Danieli, I would say, is aris Danieli, is aris ingineri. Janini.
Me var Janini, me var studenti.
Studenti. ძალიან კარგი. Ivy.
Me var Ivy. How do you say receptionist?
Me var, in Georgia we call it manageri. Offices manageri.
Manageri. Me var offices manageri.
Manageri. Გავაგრძელოთ. Okay, great. Here we have since yesterday also she David. Am I saying it correctly? She David, huh? Or yeah. Okay, say your name. Me var
David. Me var David.
David.
Me var studenti.
Okay, so in Georgian you are not David, you are Daviti. Okay, in Georgian language you are Daviti, and me var studenti. Edmundo again, Edmundo.
Me var Edmundo, me var linguisti.
Linguisti, ძალიან სასიამოვნოა. ძალიან სასიამოვნოა, Edmundo. Okay, ძალიან კარგი. Okay, პროფესიები. მასწავლებელი, the teacher, ექიმი, doctor, Journalisti, journalist, again, j, not j, okay? Linguisti, linguist. Mtargmneli, translator. Inžineri, inžineri. Office manager, office manager. Statistiki or statistikosi rather than Sikneba, Steven. So, what
Ekaterine?
I'm doing,
How do you say again also? Like I'm also a student. Me var studenti?
Me var studenti, and this also part in Georgia, it is just the particle like mets. Mets var studenti. Okay,
Mets var studenti.
this ts, this ts stands for also. Although we have some separate words for that, but this is the easiest. Mets var studenti, mets var მასწავლებელი, you can say. So here we have a little bit activity now, practical stuff. I am saying the sentence like statement. Me var eka, me var მასწავლებელი. And I move to Richard and შენ ხარ Richard. This is kind of a challenge. Then Richard is saying, დიახ. Yes, დიახ. Me var Richardi. Me var ekhimi, and moves to another student who is, for example, Tomek. And შენ ხარ Tomeki. And then Tomek, Diach, yes, I'm Tomek. I'm teacher, and moves to Edmundo, etc. So, Steven, me var eka, Steven, me var მასწავლებელი. შენ ხარ Steveni. Now you have to agree. Diach.
Diach.
I am.
Me var Steveni, me var statistiki.
Okay, now move to Edmundo.
Edmundo. Shen har.
Oh, yeah, perfect. შენ ხარ, so Edmundo.
Journalisti.
Journalisti. We don't know yet, but it is ara. So ara. So say me var.
Me var. Ara. Me var Edmundo. Me var linguisti.
Ochach. Good job. Ochach. So Edmundo, move to some other student. Okay. Let me give you the names if you can see.
Okay.
You can see Daniel, Aniko. We have Edmundo.
Rosie. Shenghar. Rosie. Shenghar.
Rosie. Offices. Look at it. Manageri. Offices. Manageri.
Manageri.
Rosie. Shenghar. Offices. Manageri. Rosie. Shenghar.
Servus. Mehar Rosalie. Mehar მასწავლებელი.
Rosie. Me var მასწავლებელი. Khar is for you are. Var, okay? Me var მასწავლებელი. Rosie, repeat. Me var მასწავლებელი.
მე ვარ მასწავლებელი.
Okay, ძალიან კარგი. So, გავაგრძელოთ. Now what we are going to drill is which will help us to drill the verb to be in a more detailed way, is countries and nationalities. Ქვეყანა is a country. ეროვნება is a nationality. ქვეყანა is the noun. ეროვნება is an adjective made of a noun and very similar, but it has special derivational affixes. ქვეყანა საქართველო. ეროვნება ქართველი. მე ვარ ქართველი. ქვეყანა ინგლისი. ეროვნება ინგლისელი. ის არის ინგლისელი. ქვეყანა ბრიტანეთი. Britain. ეროვნება ბრიტანელი. British. We can say that Richardi არის ბრიტანელი.
What's the difference between mevar and mevana?
There is mevana, there is no such verb form as vana in terms of the verb to be. Mevana is just a mistake. Mevar, okay?
So mevar.
Storia, mevar. Ruseti, Russia. Rusi, Russian. For example, Sergei არის Rusi. America, America. Amerikeli, American. We can say, for example, Loreta არის Amerikeli. Espaneti and Espaneli. Filipinები. So we had a student from Philippines last lesson. Mark, are you here, Mark? Is Mark here today? Filipineli. Marki არის Filipineli. Italia, Italieli. Italy. Საფრანგეთი, France. Frangi, French. Ის არის რიჩარდი, ის არის ბრიტანელი. მე ვარ ეკატერინე, მე ვარ ქართველი. Tomek?
Me var Tomeki, me var, yeah, I don't know how to say Polish from Poland.
მე ვარ Tomeki, მე ვარ პოლონელი. Again, მე ვარ Tomeki, მე ვარ პოლონელი.
Me var Tomeki, me var Poloneli.
Sorry. Daniel?
Me var Danieli. Me var Ecuatorian.
Ecuatorieli. Კი ბატონო, მე ვარ Danieli. მე ვარ Ecuatorieli. David?
მე ვარ დავით, მე ვარ ფრანგული.
Frangi. Franguli is a production or the language or the thing. And by the way, you are Daviti. Me var Daviti.
Okay. მე ვარ ფრანგი.
Storia, me var Frangi.
მე ვარ ფრანგი, მეც ვარ Portuguese.
Portugalieli.
Portugalieli.
So me var Daviti, me var Portugalieli. Ძალიან კარგი. So anyone else?
Me varon, me var Nederlandi, or me var Hollandi?
Me var either Roni or Rolandi.
Me varoni, me var Hollandi. Was it me var Nederlandi?
Hollandieli.
Nederlandieli. Me varoni, me var Nederlandieli.
Storia, Niderlandeli. ყველაფერი კარგია. გავაგრძელოთ. So, შემდეგი სტუდენტი. Ivy.
მე ვარ Ivy, მე ვარ ამერიკელი.
მე ვარ Ivy. მე ვარ ამერიკელი. შემდეგი, the next, შემდეგი სტუდენტი. Chaneli.
მე ვარ Chaneli, მე ვარ Americaneli.
ამერიკელი. მე ვარ Chaneli.
Americali.
მე ვარ ამერიკელი.
Americali. Okay.
კი ბატონო, მე ვარ Chaneli, მე ვარ ამერიკელი. Storia. Richard?
მე ვარ რიჩარდი, მე ვარ ბრიტანელი.
მე ვარ რიჩარდი, მე ვარ ბრიტანელი. კიდევ? Who else? კიდევ?
მე ვარ Roseli, მე ვარ Espaneli.
მე ვარ სასიამოვნო როსელი. მე ვარ როსელი, მე ვარ ესპანელი. კიდევ? Who else? კიდევ?
მე ვარ სტივენი, მე ვარ ბრიტანელი.
მე ვარ სტივენი, მე ვარ ბრიტანელი. ყველაფერი სწორია. შემდეგი სტუდენტი, the next student, შემდეგი, the next.
Me var Katie, me var Australian.
Australieli, Katie. მე ვარ ავსტრალიელი. აბა დავიწყოთ. მე ვარ Katie, მე ვარ ავსტრალიელი. Okay? Anyone else? Aniko? Janini?
Me var Janini, me var Nederlandeli.
Me var Janini. Me var Nederlandeli. Me var Nederlandeli. Okay, now let us try to put this all in the third person. Mr. Tomek is talking about, talking about Richard. So Richard is already in the third person. About Daniel, look at it. Me var Danieli, he said. Me var Ekaterine. So Tomek, he is Daniel, he's Ekaterine.
Is Aris Danieli? Is Aris Ekaterine?
Ibatono storia Janine. Let us talk about David. He said, Me var Davidi, me var Prangi. What did he say, Janine? Okay, he is David, he is French. Janine, okay, Aniko? Me var Davidi, he said, me var Prangi. Aniko is listening. Okay, Richard.
Okay.
He is, what did he say? So let us try to put these in the third person. Karki, me var Davidi, he said, me var Prangi.
Is Aris Davidi? Is Aris Prangi?
Sorry, is Aris Prangi. Okay, Stephen, what about Ron? He said, me var Roni, me var Nederlandeli.
Is Aris Roni? Is Aris Nederlandeli?
Is Aris Roni, he is Ron. Is Aris Nederlandeni. Solia. Okay, David. Let's talk about Ivy. She said, me var Ivy, me var Amerikeli. David.
Me or the other?
This one. Yes, you. Me var Ivy, me var Amerikeli, she said. What did she say? So, David? Okay, yes, David. Okay, he said, is Aris Ivy, is Aris Amerikeli. Okay, so let us do it this way. Let us do a little bit of questions now. If I tell, is Aris Markusi, you will understand that it's a statement. How do we make a question in Georgian sentence? The questions are usually made by changing the intonation of by changing the accent and intonation of the sentence. You don't need any auxiliary verbs. Most often you don't need to change the structure of the sentence, but intonation. The rising tone usually falls on the verb. Is Aris Markusi? Is Aris Markusi? No matter where we put this Aris verb, in the middle of the sentence, after the subject, at the end of the sentence, the rising tone, intonation, accent will fall on the verb. Like, is Aris Markusi, or is Markusi Aris, or Aris is Markusi. These are all correct, and these are all questions. Is Aris Markusi? Is Aris Markusi? Tiach is Aris Markusi. Ara is Aris Markusi. Shen har marki, you are Mark. Shen har marki, rising tone. Again, har shen marki. Again, shen marki har, all correct, all questions. Tiach, me var marki, or ara, me ar var marki. So again, how do we make the question in Georgian? By changing the intonation of the sentence, to be more specific, by putting a rising tone on the verb, no matter where the verb stands. A little bit about the structure of Georgian sentence. There are no very hard rules about how to structure the Georgian sentence. Most often, the positioning of the members of the sentence can be flexible. There are a couple of structuring rules that we will be dealing with in later sessions, but generally we can remember that subject can start the sentence, subject can be at the end of the sentence, before the verb, after the verb, or subject can be just skipped because it is understood in the sentence in terms of the verb and its markers. Well, so the subject is reflected in the verb, so you can just skip the subject if the context allows you. So let us try to drill now the same sentences here in questions. I'll be asking Daniel to help me out with is Aris Richardi. Can you change this sentence into the statement into the question, Daniel? Is Aris Richardi? Okay, what about Janine? Daniel is just listening. Janine, is Aris Richardi? Try to make the question.
Is Aris Richardi?
Ძალიან კარგია. Okay, so Chanel, მე ვარ თომეკი. Make the question.
Okay. Do I have to do this in the third person?
So the მე ვარ თომეკი, you're supposed to make a question out of it by changing. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Wait, may var Tomik.
Okay.
I am some. Okay.
მე ვარ თომეკი.
Okay.
Question will be so in order to change the statement into the question, you have to put a rising tone, intonation, and a strong accent on the verb.
Me var Tomik?
Me var Tomiki. And again, following tone. Me var Tomiki. Me var Tomiki.
Okay.
Now for Tomik. Good. So let us try to use this information to ask questions. Tomik, Daniel said, me var Equatorieli. Danieli, aris Equatorieli. Make a question. Tomik. So Daniel, here it is.
Daniel aris Equatorieli.
Sorry. Okay, Ivy, can you please? David said, me var Franki. Can you make a question? Is David French?
David var Franki.
Var or third person? Var har aris. Okay?
Aris. David aris Franki.
Sorry, Richard. Ron said, me var Roni, me var Niderlandeli. Make a question. Is Ron?
Is Aris Roni? Is Aris Nederlandi?
Niderlandeli.
Me var Nederlandi.
Niderlandeli, okay. Niderlandeli. And yeah, okay. Madloba Ron. Ron, can you ask the same question about Stephen? Here we have
Stephen Ish Britanelli.
Stephen Aris Britanelli.
Stephen Arish Britanelli.
And Stephen in Georgian is Steveni.
Steveni
Aris.
Arish Britanelli.
Steveni Aris Britanelli. Case. What about Edmundo?
Edmundo Aris.
Australian.
No, he's
so
not
let us ask.
Australian.
Edmundo. შენ ხარ ავსტრალიელი?
Ara. Me var Amerikeli.
Amerikeli. Okay, Edmundo. We have several Americans here. That's why now you have to produce the sentence like, we are Americans. Aba?
Sven vart Amerikeli.
And here we go, plural. A couple of words about plural. In Georgian, okay, look at it. Amerikeli. In order to change the noun from singular into plural, we add eb right before the case marker. Eb. That's it. Amerikeli becomes Amerikelebi. Now Daniel is trying to change.
Amerikelebi.
What about Kartveli, Daniel? Kartveli?
Kartvelebi.
Eb. Almost there. Kartvelebi.
Kartvelebi.
Kartvelebi. Storia. Okay. Ron. Rusi. Russian. Rusi.
Rusibeli.
Rus.
Rusi.
Eb.
Oh, eb, not be. Rusebi.
Კი ბატონო, რუსი, რუსები, სწორია.
Rusebi.
დავით, იტალიელი.
Italian.
Იტალიელი, Italian. Italiel. So.
Italiebi or?
Eb. Იტალიელები, again, იტალიელები. Იტალიელი, იტალიელები. კი ბატონო. Okay. Steven, yeah. Any questions? Okay. Steven, Ingliseli? Ingliselebi. Okay. Steven, Germaneli? German.
Germanelebi.
Sorry, Germanel, Eb.
Messages folder. 6 items. Double tap to open messages folder.
So, Edmundo, Frangi.
13 days of Halloween podcast. Archive. Reply.
No.
Frangebi.
Go on mute, please.
Oh.
So, again, Edmundo, Frangi.
Frangebi.
Storia, Frangi, Frangebi. Here we have Kevin. Kevin, can you say your name in Georgian?
I just walked in the room not too long ago.
Okay, Gargi. Daniel, can you please Daniel, can you say your name in Georgian? Daniel Silvia, can you say your name in Georgian? Tell us the name. Okay, let's carry on. Who is eager to try Irani? Iraneli. I'm sorry, Iran is the country.
Iranelebi.
Sorry, Iranelebi. Good. So this is in a couple of words, just things to remember in Georgian, about Georgian plural, how to make it pretty much simple, straightforward. You just add eb, and this is how we get plural. Let us practice a little bit of countries again. Is არის Richardi, is არის Britaneli. What can be the country, Britaneli, if I tell you that very often the countries in Georgian take medically, not very often, yeah, they take eti. So this is the place of living for special nationalities, but not often, so maybe it will be difficult to guess.
Can I ask you something, please?
Okay.
Sorry.
Yes, of
you
course.
Have in Georgian, do you have countries that are gender? Like in Spanish, you have it's either a female country or a male country. We actually have gender for countries. Do you have that in Georgian, or are they just
No, we don't have gender even for personal pronouns, third person.
Okay.
Nothing to say about the country.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, this is very interesting thing about Georgian language. There is no reference to gender in terms of the noun or endings or pronouns. Britaneli, the country is Britaneti. Poloneli, the country is Poloneti. Equatorieli, the country is Equatoria. Prangi, the country is Saprangeti. Niderlandeli, and the country is plural form, Niderlandebi. Amerikeli, and the country, Kveqana, Kveqana, America. Amerikeli, again, America, isev America. Britaneli, Britaneti. ესპანელი, ესპანეთი. ბრიტანელი, ბრიტანეთი. ავსტრალიელი, ქეითი არის ავსტრალიელი. ავსტრალია. ნიდერლანდელი and ნიდერლანდები. ნიდერლანდები. So now I have some questions. Again, concerning the nationality, so that put it right, and we are going to move to the last part of our plan. This is going to be the contraction. But before that, questions. Is Aris Markusi? He is Marcus. Is Aris Markusi? Diach is Aris Markusi. Ara is Araris Markusi. If I want to make a contraction as in English, a lot of verbs can be contracted. In Georgia, only one form of only one verb can be contracted, and it is third person singular. Instead of saying is Aris Markusi, I can easily say is Markusia. Ara is Araris Markusi. Here, usually the verb is contracted either to, if it is a positive sentence, it makes no difference to which word, to which member of the sentence you contract it to. You can say is Markusi or is a Markusi. In fact, here, if you cannot see or perceive it, a is a verb. Aris is the same as a, contracted form. In case of negative sentences, the verb aris, the verb to be in the third person singular, gets contracted with the negative particle. Ara is ara Markusi. Okay? Shen char marki. Char is not aris. Char, although it is the verb to be, it is second person. So second person cannot be contracted. Ჩვენ ვართ სტუდენტები. We are students. Although we are is third person, it is plural. Vart does not get, no, it is first person still. Isini arიან სტუდენტები. Aryan does not get contracted because it is plural. Only aris. Here. So, Danieli, Equatorieli a. Danieli ara Ingliseli. Daviti, Prangia, Daviti, ara Kartveli. Roni, Niderlandelia, Roni, ara Britaneli. Ivy, Amerikelia, Ivy, ara Ingliseli. About Chanel, here we are. Chanel said, Me var Chaneli, me var Amerikeli. Can you make the negative statement on this sentence? Tomak, can you please? Shegitlia? About Ivy. So he, she is American. She is not British.
So I have to negate both? Is Ara Ivy, is Ara American?
No, about just nationalities because she is Ivy. So is Avia, is Ara Ingliseli, is Amerikeli. Just one negative sentence.
Okay.
Okay then. So
is Aris Ivy, is Ara Frankie, is Ara Americanelli. Is Aris Americanelli.
Now make a contraction. Is Aris Amerikeli can be contracted easily. Is.
And what was the contraction?
Amerikeli. It is just at the end.
Okay. Is Ara Frankie, is Americanelli.
Amerikeli.
Amerikeli.
Okay,
so the A goes at the end.
Yes, A is Amerikelia, or yeah, it can go to Isa, but let us stick to this version for the beginning. Is Amerikelia. Okay, so Richard, about Chanel. What can you tell us about Chanel? She said, Me var Amerikeli.
Okay, Chaneli is Ara is Ara Britaneli. Is Ara Nederlandeli.
ძალიან კარგი. So she is American. Is
Americali. Aris Americali.
or is ამერიკელი? Okay. ძალიან კარგი. Chanel, about Roseli. Roseli შესახებ she said. Roseli, I'm sorry. მე ვარ ესპანელი. So
Oh, can you repeat that again? I'm sorry, I had to.
So can you make, okay, we are going to make a negative sentence about, so Roseli. Roseli, ara, Italieli, Roseli, Espanelia.
Okay. Okay. Rosalie, wait.
Ara
is Ara,
okay.
Ara,
Ara,
wait, Italieli.
Storia.
Aurea, Rosalie,
Espanelia. Perfect. Storia. Okay. David, about Katie.
Sorry, about whom?
About Katie.
About Katie.
Katie is not Italian or French. She is Australian.
Katie Arais Australia.
Australieli.
Katie Ara Italieli.
So in the first case, Katie Australielia, in fact, she's Australian, not negative part. Katie Australielia.
Yes, Katie Australia.
Katie.
Katie Ara Italieli.
Katie, about Stephen. Stephen შესახებ. Katie, about Stephen.
Takes ages for my mic to unmute.
No problem.
And the information about Stephen was?
Stephen will tell us about Stephen. Microphone?
მე ვარ ბრიტანელი.
Ბრიტანელი, მადლობა Stephen. So, okay.
Steveni is Britanelia.
Storia. Steveni Britanelia. Now, Stephen. Steveni Britanelia. Stephen, about Ron. So,
Ronnie is ara Rusi.
Ara Rusi.
Ronnie Niederlandeli.
Gotcha. Good job. Ronnie, about Rosie.
Rosie is ara Italianelli. Rosie is Spagnolia.
Espanelia.
Espanelia.
Rosie, ara Italieli. Rosie, Espanelia. Rosie, about the teacher. Microphone, Rosie. Microphone.
There. Ekaterine is ara Espagnoli. Ekaterine is no. Ekaterine.
You don't need this is. Is is kind of extra here. Ekaterine ara Espaneli. Okay, Ron. The same to you. Ekaterine ara Espaneli. Ekaterine Kartvelia.
Ekaterine Georgian. How do you say Georgian?
Kartveli.
Kartveli. Okay.
Yeah, Kartveli. Different. Ekaterine Kartvelia.
Kartelia.
Kartvelia.
Is that right? Kartelia.
Kartveli.
Kartveli. Sorry.
Kartveli. კი ბატონო.
Kartveli.
ქართველი. Edmundo about Tomek. Edmundo, Tomekis შესახებ. Edmundo about Tomek.
Tomek ara Espanieli. Tomek Polonielia.
Perfect. Very good. Besides, Tomek needs E at the end.
Tomeki.
Tomeki. Okay. Now it sounds
Polonieli.
very much Georgian. Tomeki. Okay.
Tomeki.
ძალიან კარგი. Okay, Tomeki. Espanellia. Ara Espaneli. Tomeki. Polonelia. Okay, ძალიან კარგი. So, what have we studied today? We've gone through the alphabet again. We drilled the verb to be, we drilled countries, nationalities, and a little bit of negative. We will start with negative countries on tomorrow's lesson. Meanwhile, to recap, let us do a little bit reading here. I am back to the very beginning of our lesson. And very first name written here is, who is eager to volunteer? Reads the name.
Ekaterine.
Okay, Ron, good job. The next name written. Შემდეგი. Davidi, Magaria, შემდეგი.
Katie.
Katie, ძალიან კარგი. შემდეგი სახელი, the next name, შემდეგი სახელი.
Tomeki.
Tomeki, კარგია.
Roni.
Roni, perfect. Something difficult.
Eduardo.
Close enough. Edmundo. Edmundo. Okay, Edmundo, come on. You can read your name, Georgian, right? Yeah? Edmundo, can you see your name here? Edmundo. Kargia, Shemdegi. Next.
Shaneli.
Shaneli. Kargia, Shemdegi.
Steveni.
Steveni, good. Shemdegi Sacheli.
Janini.
Janini, Soria. Shemdegi Sacheli, the next name, Sacheli.
Aniko.
Aniko, Soria. Shemdegi Sacheli.
Ivy.
Ivy. The bolo, the last final, bolo Sacheli. Espaneli,
Rosie.
Gogo. Rosie, რა თქმა უნდა. კი ბატონო. Სახელი, ჩემი, my, სახელი, name, contracted is. That is, ჩემი სახელი არის. And before we finish, ჩემი სახელია ეკატერინე, მე ვარ ქართულის მასწავლებელი. Rosie, what about you? My name is
Meva.
Chemi Sahelia. Mine Meva is good. I am. But here is
Chemi Sahelia. Rosalie.
Aha, Rosalie. Italian karki. Profesia, Rosalie?
Yes. How do you say yes?
Diach.
Diach.
Profession? Meva მასწავლებელი შენ?
მე ვარ მასწავლებელი.
მასწავლებელი. ძალიან კარგი.
მასწავლებელი.
მასწავლებელი. Super. Very difficult word. მასწავლებელი to pronounce for the first time. Keep it. Now, do you have any questions? შეკითხვები გვაქვს?
არა.
Ara, no questions. That's ძალიან კარგია. You will be provided this material, everything. I'll make some slight changes here, a little bit more translation maybe. And yeah, send it to Richard by the end of the day. So let me tell you Goodbye in Georgian. Nakhwamdis. Shekhvedrande. Nakhwamdis. Goodbye. Shekhvedrande. See you soon.
Nakhwandis.
Nakhwamdis.
Nagvandis. Nagleba.
Nakhwandis.
Nakhwamdis.
Nakhwandis.
And how do you say thank you?
Gmadlobt.
Gama. Gama.
Gmadlobt.
Gamadok.
Nakhwamdis. Gmadlobt.
Nahamdis.
Nakhwandis.
Gamador.
Nakhwamdis. Gmadlobt.
Madlob.